Hi, this is Steve Bellavia, and we're in our trial fields, and we're here to talk about Chinese cabbage today. So today we're going to talk about two basic types of Chinese cabbage. The close-headed type, which is most popular, and open-headed types, which is more of a specialty type. In our Chinese cabbage lineup, starting with the close-head type, this is Minuet, which is our mini close-type Chinese cabbage. If you're looking for a small head, you don't want a real big head, and you just want to make a salad, not have a lot of leftover, this is a real good choice. It's probably about 2/3 or 3/4 the size of a typical standard green Napa Chinese cabbage. This is Rubicon Chinese cabbage. This is a real big, large, barrel-shaped Napa. You can use it for fresh market, but it's especially good for kimchi because it's so large. Really, when you're making kimchi, you want a head that's really big and bulky and produces a lot of leaves to make kimchi. So again, this is Rubicon. This is Bilco organic Chinese cabbage, and this is a large-headed type, suitable for kimchi. Again, for kimchi, you want a real big, bulky head that produces a lot of leaves. So again, this is Bilco from Organic Seeds. This is citrus Chinese cabbage, and you can tell what's different about it is the interior is a lot more deep yellow, orangish color than a typical Chinese cabbage. And here you can compare it to Minuet. So Minuet on the left is a pale yellow, and citrus is a deep orange. Citrus you can use as a salad, you could cook it, and it also will make a kimchi that's quite a bit more orange than your standard kimchi. So if you want to make a specialty kimchi, this is a great choice. And again, this is citrus. This is Merlot red Chinese cabbage. It tastes very similar to a standard green Chinese cabbage, maybe a little bit stronger flavor. It makes really nice soups. It's nice in stir fries. It'll get a little bit darker purplish red, but basically keep its color. And likewise in kimchi, it makes a really nice red-purple kimchi. A little stronger taste than the green kimchi, but very nice. And again, this is Merlot. And moving on from our closed-head Chinese cabbage lineup, we have our open-head Chinese cabbage. This is Miss Hong red open-headed Chinese cabbage. As opposed to a Napa or closed-headed type, this one has an open head, which means the leaves are really nice for making garnishes because the open head allows light in, so they really get a nice red color. And here are examples of some of the individual leaves that have been harvested off of heads that can be used for garnishes. And you can see the bigger outer leaves have more red, and then as you get into the interior, there's a little bit more yellow, so all the different stages of leaves are really nice for garnish. And again, this is Ms. Hong Chinese cabbage. What we have here is Tokyo Bacana Chinese cabbage. It's a little different than most typical Chinese cabbage. As you can see here, it's more of a loose leaf type Chinese cabbage. It's good for stir fries. You could steam it. You could put it in soup, or you could put it in salads. And if you cut it at this stage now, where it's about a medium-sized head, you could bunch it and sell it as well. Or you could let it get really big and have a real head that's about the size of a typical standard big Chinese cabbage, or almost a romaine lettuce size or even bigger. So here's the cut head now of the Tokyo Bacana. You can see the nice mid-ribs and how it's a fairly narrow head. If you harvest it a little bit smaller, you could bunch 3 in a row, or 3 to make a nice bunch, or you could sell it like this individually. And you can see when you look into the center of the head, it's fairly loose.